All right, welcome back. It is just before 4:45. Once again, we have rain chances in the forecast for today, so have your rain gear with you. The only difference is, rather than yesterday, or not like yesterday, it doesn't look as widespread or as intense for a lot of areas. I mean, some areas it rained all day long. Not going to happen today, but I do think we'll at least see some rainfall around. You can see about a 40 to 50% chance of rain later on this afternoon. Not a lot of rain this morning. We are looking pretty dry. We've got a few light showers north of Bogalusa up towards Hattiesburg. But that's about it. If you go south of the lake, there's really nothing going on. We'll be watching the rain chances increase later on today, though. We'll see some sunshine today, too. And then there you see this afternoon, showers and storms popping up. They'll dump some heavy rainfall, and then they should wind themselves down as we get towards sunset. Tomorrow, not going to be as widespread with the rain, but there's still going to be a few storms around on Friday as well. So we will stay in this warm, humid pattern for the foreseeable future, all the way into next week, it looks like. So rain totals today are not going to be a huge deal like they were yesterday. I mean, some areas picked up 7-8 inches of rainfall down here in the bayou parishes. Today, yes, there could be one or two locations that picks up a couple of inches in a short amount of time, but it doesn't look like we're going to see the widespread problems like we saw yesterday. Rain chances a little bit lower tomorrow and Saturday, but then they're back up on Sunday. They're pretty high on Monday. This is thanks to our next storm system coming in. And then perhaps we get a little push of drier air Tuesday and Wednesday that drops our rain chances. But the overall pattern doesn't look like a sweeping cold front where a cold front moves in and it pushes into the Gulf of Mexico. It does not look like one of those cold fronts. So don't get excited. It does not look like we completely dry out next week, but maybe a little bit lower on the rain chances by Tuesday and Wednesday. We are going to stay warm in the 80s, but we'll be in the low 80s towards the middle of next week. Our average high this time of year is 85. So for the last day of September, it is going to be warm. The first day of October, it's not going to feel like what you want it to feel like in October. It'll be warm, humid, and we'll have a few showers and storms around. Humidity is going to stay elevated for the foreseeable future as well. Out in the tropics, the Gulf is still pretty quiet. We've had some complexes of storms move out into the Gulf, but they've all dissipated, and the Gulf looks like it's going to stay pretty quiet for the next week or so. But the Atlantic's still active. Sam's still out there. It's still a Cat 4, and yes, we did have Victor form yesterday, so we now have our V storm, and another little area could try to develop, but the chances of that continue to drop. Doesn't look like it's going to do much. So Hurricane Sam, 145 mile per hour, Cat 4 heading north. It'll be near Bermuda as we go into the weekend, but it's going to miss Bermuda. Bermuda is there. It'll stay east of the island nation and head up into the Atlantic and eventually dissipate as we go into next week. So this has just been an incredible storm staying out in the Atlantic, but it has been so strong for such an extended period of time, which is often rare with those types of storms. Now out in the deep Atlantic, we've got Victor and we've got this tropical wave. That tropical wave, it doesn't look like it's really going to do anything anymore, but Victor is a 45 mile per hour tropical storm. It is also going to stay out in the Atlantic. It is going to head northwest and then dissipate later on next week. Could potentially become a hurricane later this weekend. So we might have our next hurricane here. And yes, Victor is nearly the last name on the list. We've only got one more, Wanda. And after Wanda, that's when we go to our supplemental list with an A storm. So it is more than likely that we get Wanda, maybe not in the next 5 days or so, but by the middle of October, we'll probably have another storm somewhere out in the Atlantic basin, I imagine. So we'll more than likely see Wanda at some point this year. There's your 7-day forecast. We do not have to worry about anything in the tropics right now. We are watching for more downpours today. It is staying warm and humid into the end of the work week and the weekend. And yes, we will see some rain around this weekend with the highest chance coming on Sunday.